Jim Jones just walked up on DJ Akademiks with the full Dipset mob. Cameras rolling, hands twitching, screaming, "You a rat, you a blogger, you ain't safe outside." And before the clip even finishes loading, Akademiks hits send on a tweet that explodes the internet. "I got the feds on tape. Capo, you sure you want to do this?" Wait, it gets worse. If you blink this weekend, you missed the most vicious face-to-face hip-hop showdown of 2025. No studio, no security, no filter. Thursday night, 11:48 p.m., outside the SiriusXM building in Manhattan, Jim Jones, Cameron, Joel Santana, Freaky Zeke, basically the entire Diplomats roster, boxed Akademiks' SUV in. Live streams glowing, 50 deep in red bandanas like it's 2004 again. Why? Because for 3 straight weeks, Akademiks has been running a daily series on his channel titled Dipset, Snitch Legends or Just Legends, playing 2007 court transcripts, looping Jim's 2011 Vlad TV clip, basically painting Capo as the original 6ix9ine. Every episode pulls 1.2 million views minimum, ad money crazy, but the comments, pure poison. Jim told on rail, Cam kept him out of jail, Dipset equals NYPD. The algorithm loves it, the streets don't. Now here's what they not telling you. Akademiks got green light from higher ups. Word is Spotify paid him a 7-figure advance to create seismic moments ahead of their Rap Beef's exclusive drop. Translation, poke the bear until it bites, then sell the stitches. Jim's circle warned him, Aki trolling for clips, don't feed him. But when Akademiks posted that mock funeral flyer, RIP Jim Jones' career, services at King of Diamonds 2 p.m., and superimposed Jim's son's face on a crying emoji, that crossed the line that doesn't exist on a map. So yeah, this matters more than your everyday Twitter spat. This is legacy versus new media, Harlem versus the algorithm, a crew that once shut down the Garden versus a streamer who can shut down your Spotify playlist. Stakes different. But here's the twist. Akademiks came outside ready. He had his own camera crew, body cam on his chest, and an NYPD sergeant shadowing him off duty. Receipts dropped later. He wanted the confrontation. He needed the confrontation. And the second Jim stepped in his face, Akademiks whispered, "You're on record now, big man." That's when the energy shifted. Cameron's smile went fake. Joel's looked like he remembered he's still on federal papers. And Jim did what Jim does. He barked. But barking in 2025 gets clipped, captioned, and monetized in under 10 minutes. So before we break down bar for bar, post for post, loss for loss, understand the terrain. This isn't just old school versus new school. This is analog anger meeting digital death. And only one side gets paid for the footage. Rewind to 2019. Jim and Akademiks actually sat side by side on Complex's Everyday Struggle spinoff. Back then, Jim called him Lil Brother, taught him how to pronounce Dipset, even gifted him a purple Scully. Clip's still up. They're laughing, no tension. Akademiks calling Jim one of the really CEOs from the East. Fast forward to summer 2023. Tekashi walks out of jail, drops Gooba, and Akademiks becomes his unofficial PR. Every stream, every meme, every court update. Jim goes on IG Live. Certain niggas shouldn't be platformed. Akademiks fires back on Twitch. Old heads mad because I make more in a month than their catalog. Subtle, but the seed planted. October 24, Jim appears on Math Hoffa's My Expert Opinion. Jokes about Akademiks' weight. Calls him the Walmart Wendy Williams. Akademiks clips it. Adds a crying laugh emoji. Titles the upload, Jimmy bullying me. Should I call the cops? Gets 800K views. But Jim doesn't respond. That's the warning sign everybody missed. Silence from a usually loud dude means he's plotting the old way. January 25. Spotify inks Akademiks for $25 million. Orders high-impact conflict content. Akademiks immediately greenlights the Snitch Legends mini-doc. Episode 1 drops Super Bowl Sunday. He splices Jim's 2007 preliminary hearing where charges got dropped with dramatic CSI music. Episode 2 accuses Cam of paying off witnesses. By episode 3, the word allegedly is gone. Comment section becomes a courtroom. Everybody's a paralegal. Jim's baby mama texts him screenshots. Their 13-year-old son getting roasted at school. That's when it stopped being internet funny. Valentine night. Jim drops a surprise freestyle body Akademiks over the Who Shot Ya instrumental. No hook. Just 64 bars, you 35, never seen a brick, type on PCs, I grip the stick, blog about bodies never slid, Twitch paycheck, that's your kid. He uploads it to SoundCloud at 2 a.m., no promo. It does 400K streams in 12 hours. But here's the kicker. He copyrighted the freestyle so Akademiks can't play even 3 seconds without getting flagged. Smart. Akademiks counters within 90 minutes. He doesn't react on Twitch. He goes to the Breakfast Club, sits across from Charlemagne, and airs a 2010 surveillance clip showing Jim entering Manhattan Criminal Court with paperwork stamped "Cooperating Witness" sealed. It's blurry, no audio, but the optic is damning. He overlays red arrows, circles Jim's signature. That clip hits 2 million on YouTube by sunset. Blogs were in headline. Jim Jones court snitch documents leaked. Jim's legal team scrambles. Those docs were sealed for a reason. They hit Akademiks with a cease and desist. Akademiks pins the tweet. If it's fake, sue me. If it's real, sue yourself. Internet explodes. But the first blood that actually dripped was financial. Jim's liquor sponsor, a tequila startup, pulls $250K promo deal. Their statement, "We back artists, not allegations." Jim loses the paid gaming stream partnership with EA Sports. Madden was going to let him co-create a Harlem edition. Gone overnight. Akademiks gains 200K Twitch subs, roughly 80K a month recurring. Blood on the floor, but only one side's bleeding money. March 3rd, Dipset rolls out the artillery. Cameron drops AK spray mix. Artwork is Akademiks' face on a milk carton. Joel's tweets, "Pull up to my block, we'll give you content." Freaky Zeke goes on IG Live flashing a 1999 issue of The Source, back when snitching wasn't clickable. Unified front, vintage Dipset. Akademiks doesn't flinch. He turns his stream into a 12-hour telethon titled Dipset versus the Truth. Donate if you hate snitches. Chat raises 44K. He matches it and donates to a children's cancer hospital. Now he's trolling with tax write-offs. Then he unveils the nuclear option, episode 5 of Snitch Legends, featuring a never-heard phone call. On the call, a voice that 100% sounds like Jim says, "Tell the DA, I'll cooperate, but I need my passport back." Audio experts in the comments say the waveform matches Jim's voice print from old interviews. Jim tweets "fake" in all caps, but deletes it 30 seconds later. Deleting tweets. That's blood in the water for the sharks. March 8th, Jim hosts a pop-up shop in Harlem, charging $50 for a photo, proceeds supposedly going to legal fees. Akademiks buys a ticket using a fake name, sneaks in a 4K body cam. He's live the entire time. 10K viewers watch Jim count cash. When Jim realizes, he grabs the camera, yells, "Delete that or you leave it in a bag." Stream cuts, but the clip is already ripped. NYPD shows up, shuts the block down. No arrests, but Jim's crew looks rattled on citizen cam footage. March 10th, the allies choose. Mano, Uncle Murda, My Son, side with Jim. Old head unity. Fat Joe pleads for peace on IG. 50 cents? He reposts Akademiks hospital donation with the caption, "Smart move, kid." That's basically a cosign from the Troll King. On the other side, younger streamers Aiden Ross, Kai Sin run free Akademiks merch. Blue or red pill, but the line is generational. March 12th, nuclear moment. Akademiks announces he's invited the feds to tomorrow's live show. Not metaphorical, he flashes an email CC'd to a federal task force account. Subject line, "Public safety and artist accountability." Translation, he's airing everything under the cover of cooperating with an ongoing investigation. Jim's lawyers panic. If feds confirm any paperwork on air, it's gospel forever. They file an emergency injunction at 11 p.m. Judge denies it by midnight. Freedom of speech outweighs potential reputational harm. Akademiks tweets the denial page with a smiley emoji. The streets go quiet. Nobody's laughing now. Streams. Jim's monthly Spotify listeners dropped from 4.3 million to 2.9 million in 14 days, his steepest decline ever. Akademiks clips every milestone. Another 100K gone while you ate breakfast. YouTube revenue for Jim's catalog down 37%. Meanwhile, Akademiks' Snitch Legends playlist surpasses 50 million cumulative views. AdSense estimates 220K earned just off Jim's name. Bookings. 3 college shows cancel. Students circulate petitions. We don't want informants on our homecoming. Jim was set to make 90K for 30 minutes. Akademiks lands a 10-city campus tour as a media personality, 75K per stop. The same kids who grew up on We Fly High are now chanting "Ak Ak" in lecture halls. Endorsements. Puma freezes discussions about a Dipset 20-year anniversary sneaker. Akademiks inks a mid-7-figure deal with a VPN company. AdSpot literally shows him dodging haters in Harlem. Irony, sold in 30 seconds. Streets versus industry. In Harlem, barbershops still spin ballin', but the conversation ends with, "Yeah, but you heard that paperwork?" Industry execs privately tell Rolling Stone Jim's brand is toxic until this clears. Akademiks gets name-dropped in a Drake unreleased as the blogger with the badge, co-signed from the biggest artist alive. Current status: Jim hasn't posted on IG in 9 days, longest hiatus since 2016. Akademiks streams daily, wearing a red bandana as a desk rag, sipping tea. One man silent, one man monetizing the silence. The scoreboard ain't close. Receipt number 1. The 2007 court transcript Akademiks flash, obtained it via a FOA request. Legal experts DM me the papers are real, but they're from a dismissed gun charge. Jim's name appears because the arresting officer listed every passenger in the vehicle. Cooperating witness step? That's standard on the form for any potential witness list, even if you never testify. Akademiks knew that, he blurred the dismissal page. Context: murder. Receipt number 2. The Valentine Freestyle copyright strike. Jim's team filed it under composition, not master. That means Akademiks could still talk over the beat, just couldn't play it clean. Akademiks looped a 15-second royalty-free guitar, rapped Jim's bars word for word in a nerdy voice, then reacted. Loophole: 1.8 million views, $0 to Jim. Tactical. Receipt number 3. The Fed email Akademiks showed. Source inside the task force tells me the agent replied, "Thanks for the info," to Akademiks' unsolicited 80-page PDF. That's not an invitation, that's polite bureaucracy. But on stream, it looks like Feds co-sign him. Brilliant optics. Receipt number 4. Deleted tweets. Use Twitter's advanced search. Jim erased 42 posts between March 5th to 11th. Akademiks screenshot every one, sells them as a $10 NFT package titled Panic Tweets. 3,600 bundles sold in 48 hours. He's literally monetizing Jim's regret. Money trail. Spotify wins. Every stream, playlist ad, media mention drives subscribers. Akademiks is just the battering ram. Meanwhile, YouTube's algorithm boosts conflict. Even neutral vloggers posting who really won get 10x CPM because comments explode. The industry quietly wins while two men war. Same old story. Labels used to let rappers shoot it out, now they let them tweet it out. Bodies replaced by bank accounts. Nobody's talking about the kids. Jim's son transferred schools. Akademiks chat found the new address, spammed yearbook polls. That's not trolling, that's terror. Nobody's talking about the real paper trail. Dipset's 2003 distribution deal with Koch had an internal memo, "I got a blurry photo," where execs bragged about using street controversy to offset lack of radio. Even back then, they monetized beef. Akademiks didn't invent the playbook, he just digitized it. Nobody's talking about mental health. Jim's circle says he ain't slept more than 3 hours a night since March 1st. Akademiks streams 18-hour days, weight ballooning, chat bullying them live. Both men drowning, but the audience keeps yelling, "Swim!" Nobody's talking about the deleted vids. YouTube removed 3 Akademiks clips for harassment, but reinstated them after appeal, claiming public interest. Translation: money talks, morality walks. And here's the ugliest truth. This entire beef could end tomorrow if both sides just posted, "We good," if entertainment. But they won't. Why? Because the second they shake hands, the algorithm moves on. And in 2025, attention is currency, and both are too addicted to cash. So they'll keep feeding us until one can't afford the plate. Next 30 days, Jim drops a 6-song EP titled Vladimir. Yes, trolling Akademiks' real first name. Features Benny the Butcher, 38 Spesh, grimy, no hooks. First week numbers, 22K. Akademiks were roasted. My stream made more in ad revenue. Akademiks' next move, he'll announce a documentary with Showtime, on-camera interviews with ex-Dipset affiliates, promise of unsealed pages, premiere party at Harvard because nothing says hip-hop like Ivy League. Wildcard, Tekashi 69 hops on Akademiks' stream wearing a Jim Jones mask. Internet breaks, Jim gets clowned into oblivion. Wildcard number 2, Jay-Z privately calls Akademiks enough. Akademiks respects Hav, pivots to covering Youngboy versus the world instead. Jim claims victory, but the paperwork memes never die. Every time he books a show, comment spam, rat. Long term, Jim's catalog rebounds slowly. Nostalgia tours in 2027 do B-market numbers. Akademiks becomes the new Wendy Williams, rich, hated, uncancelable. Who really wins? Silicon Valley. Every click, super chat, and subscription feeds the cloud. The culture loses 2 soldiers, but gains terabytes of engagement data. And by the time we realize, the next beef is already loading. Jim Jones pressed Akademiks thinking he was stepping to a blogger. He didn't realize he was stepping to the algorithm itself. You can't punch a platform. You can't slap a subscriber button. And trying to bully a man who profits off being bullied, that's like trying to drown a fish. Akademiks ain't winning because he's right. He's winning because he's built for the era. Jim is built for an era that died with BlackBerry pens. The uncomfortable reality? We, the viewers, are the real losers. We traded classic mixtape disses for donation goals. We swapped bar for clip, and we keep screaming more every time these two bleed. So before you pick a side, look in the mirror. Your view, your share, your comment is the fuel. The second we stop watching, the curtain falls. But we won't, because we'd rather be entertained than at peace. And that right there is the coldest truth in hip-hop 2025. Drop your verdict. Was Jim wrong for stepping, or is Akademiks overdue for a chin check? Smash that like if this opened your eyes to how the industry really plays chess with our culture. Subscribe to Celeb Sphere right now. Next week, we're diving into the hidden money behind every major rap beef. Share this with the homie who still thinks it's just rap drama. They need to wake up. Let's blow this channel up, because the streets deserve journalism that keeps the same energy as the artists. We out.